Denver Broncos have earned a half-game lead over the Kansas City Chiefs in their division. A win tonight gives them some breathing room. A loss would make it a 14 race again. The equation for the Pittsburgh Steelers is much simpler. Win and move toward a spot in the playoff race, or lose and be on the verge of writing off the season. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick, and it's great to have you with us. The World Series was a perfect example of worst to first. Well, the Denver Broncos are trying to pull off the same thing in the AFC West. After last year's collapse, they went out and upgraded their personnel, and then Coach Dan Reeves went against conventional wisdom and told his quarterback, John Elway, that he could call his own plays. And Joe Theismann, that is an element of control that most coaches are not willing to give up.
Well, Mike, not only most coaches, no coaches are willing to give that up. And the reason Dan Reeves did it, he wanted to jumpstart John Elway. He felt he had a lackluster year, wanted to make it exciting for him. He has called his own plays for the first 6 weeks. But after week 7, he started to call them only on first and second down. He felt that with a lot of the personnel changes the Broncos had to do, it would take a little bit of a burden off of John. John does call the third down plays, however, but he's really got the best of both worlds. In case he doesn't like the play that Dan calls on first or second, he can change his mind. It's given him confidence, and it's allowed him to make the big plays that we know are a part of John Elway's offense.
With Pittsburgh, of course, has been a major disappointment with their record so far. They have a quarterback change, Neil O'Donnell in for the injured Bubby Brister, and their defense has gone from dominant to vulnerable.
Well, you talk about from first to worst. The Steelers have almost tried to do that. It's the same personnel, and last year they were ranked #1 in the NFL. Only gave up 9 touchdown passes, had 42 turnovers. This year, in 1 month, 4 games, they have not gotten an interception. In 3 games, have not created a turnover. They've been passive on defense. That's going to change tonight. Tonight, look for the Pittsburgh Steelers to throw everything they can at John Elway and the Denver Bronco offense.
Chuck Noll, the Steelers' legendary coach in his 22nd year, the only coach in history to win 4, count them, 4 Super Bowls. And Dan Reeves, only 4 active coaches have won more games. He has finished first or second 8 times in his division. The weather conditions, we're really quite fortunate tonight. It has been terrible weather the last 4 days in Denver. Much warmer tonight, 23 degrees. The wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. It will get windier. It will get colder. The Steelers will get the opening kickoff. From the 6-yard line, Woodson, one of the great return men. A flag is down. Woodson driven out of bounds near the 40. We will check the penalty flag. It is back at the 16-yard line after a return of 32. Dick Hantek, our referee tonight.
We had a holding on the return, which is declined. We had an illegal block in the back on number 56. Penalty is accepted, 10 yards, half the distance to the goal, first down.
And now for tonight's McLean Deluxe starting lineup. Neil O'Donnell will be the Steelers quarterback for the 3rd straight week. He made his mark coming off the bench against the Giants, but has yet to win a game. Eric Green rapidly becoming the league's premier tight end. 11 touchdown catches in a year and a half, more than anyone at the position. And after surgery on both shoulders, Hunt Ilkin has fought off challenges to his job and is back as the starting right tackle. Steelers back all the way back to their 10. O'Donnell to throw on first down. Dwight Stone got a hand on it, can't hold it. Take a look at the Denver defense. Noseman Greg Cragen now in his 6th year as the starter. He is consistent, compensates for his lack of size with quickness and intensity. First-round draft choice Mike Kroll leads the team in sacks with 7, has a chance to break Leslie O'Neal's NFL rookie record of 12.5. Dennis Smith was disappointed with his play last year. Too many missed tackles, he said, but he's back in the form that sent him to 4 Pro Bowls. Joe Walton, the Steelers offensive coordinator, making the call on 2nd and 10. Merrill Hodge, who likes to run inside, gets absolutely nothing out of that one. Mike Kroll, the outside linebacker, is there to make the tackle.
And that's the reason they got Mike Kroll, is because he gives them such tremendous speed. By playing on the outside, they were allowed to move Carl Mecklenburg to the inside, where he, by his own admission, is a more effective linebacker. 7 seconds. That's amazing, you know. He doesn't rush that much either. That's the thing about this guy. They use him for pass coverage and to cover backside of the backfield.
Fourth player taken in the draft, and has been used more than they expected him, perhaps, because Tim Lucas was injured. O'Donnell with time, can't find anybody. Has all day to throw, throws incomplete, flag down, and Wyman Henderson banged into the intended receiver, Leroy Thompson.
Nice patience by O'Donnell. Good vision on the field. Patience, moving over, sliding his feet, trying to make a play.
Defense, number 24. First down.
Wyman Henderson out of UNLV.
It's a new addition we tried to bring to Sunday night for everybody. It's from our Gold Coast cam. See the nice protection? Look at him. See, the key here is to keep the defensive linemen on the line of scrimmage. And if they do get penetration, you see Merrill Hodge pick up. And there he goes. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know whether that was pass interference or not.
But it's a big break for the Steelers because they get a first down at the 15. Warren Williams on the delay. Got a block. Up to about the 18-yard line, snowed under. The Pittsburgh offense has been troubled this year, scoring points, especially early. They can't get on the board. They haven't led anybody in a game in a month.
The thing about it is most offensive coordinators want to come out, and if you're run-oriented like Joe Walton is, you want to establish a run that gives your offensive line an opportunity to get into the game. And when you have a young quarterback, if you let them hand off a few times, it just settles them down a little bit.
And as you can tell by that, they have not held on to the ball very much this year. They are without Barry Foster at running back tonight. He has an ankle injury. O'Donnell dumps it off to Hodge. Henderson is out there and makes the tackle at the 20. Hodge with his 27th catch of the year. They like to throw him those little passes that have become a staple of Joe Walton's offense.
And this is the situation that Joe Walton wants to keep Neil O'Donnell in as much as he can tonight. 3rd down and 3, 3rd down and 4. Percentages are in the offense's hands when you have this short a yardage. When you're 3rd and 10, it swings to the defense.
Steelers right in the middle of the league on 3rd and 4th situations. They did an excellent job on 3rd down a week ago. The best of the year. That's big Eric Green in motion. 5-man rush. They don't get there, and O'Donnell throws to Green. Contact and another flag. The pass was underthrown. Green tried to come back and couldn't because of the coverage of Kroll.
That's the problem. The reason why, if he was just defending them, that would be fine. But the thing was, is
Pass interference. Defense, number 51. Ball is placed at the start of the foul. First down.
The technique of not turning around to look at the ball can cause that.
Well, it can, but the thing that makes this play a call is watch what Eric Green does. He puts the move on Kroll. Now, he's got him, but the ball is underthrown. Now, watch him reach back. There he reaches back, and Kroll runs into him. That's why the flag was thrown.
Got to find the ball out there somewhere. Hodge the single setback. O'Donnell under pressure, hit from behind, loose ball. Hodge has it. And Merrill Hodge down by contact at about the 12. O'Donnell crushed by Mecklenburg.
And heads-up play
Wasn't
by
it?
Merrill Hodge, because that ball was a fumble.
And downfield, we have a Steeler injury. Dermontti Dawson, the center.
Carl Mecklenburg is not very big, but he's very effective when he comes on the pass rush. You'll see him come from the right inside linebacker, just makes the move. The guard doesn't pick him up. Now, there's the ball. See, the ball's thrown backwards. There's no question whatsoever.
Pittsburgh has fumbled 21 times now this season, the second most in the NFL, but they've only lost 5. That's the second best in the NFL.
And a lot of people around the ball. What amazes me is O'Donnell held on to the ball. Usually when you get hit, the ball will fly out of your hands. That time, he was able to bring his arm forward and turn it into a pass.
Here's Dermontti Dawson blocking downfield, and his leg whipped into Carlton Hasselrig, his own teammate at right guard. And good to see him up and walking off under his own power.
Well, you know, he's so used to not coming out of the game, he started to walk back to the huddle. But when the trainers come out to the field, you have to leave for at least one play. Now, there's a guy, he says, oh, I'm okay, let me go back in. They said, no, you have to come back out for one.
61, Gene Calaguire back up. Offensive lineman will come in at center. He's out of Pittsburg. He'll be playing with a sore back. 2nd and 26 for O'Donnell. Hodge the single setback. Callaway. And Callaway slides under a tackle all the way up to the 27-yard line. Simon Fletcher and Wyman Henderson out on the coverage.
Smart. That's a good job by a quarterback. When you've got 2nd down and 2 miles, you just try and pick up 1 mile.
O'Donnell has the advantage. Of course, Joe Walton, and you would know as well as anyone, or better than anyone even, playing in a very complicated offensive system. He played in a pro-style offense at Maryland under Joe Krivak.
And it really
Krivak for a lot of his development.
It really helps him, too, because what he sees downfield becomes a lot plainer.
Broncos have done a great job on 3rd down situations, especially 3rd and long, and this is 3rd and 12. 4-man rush. Good protection for O'Donnell. And throws too high this time. Incomplete. Intended for Ernie Mills, the rookie out of the University of Florida. The Steelers kept the ball for 4 minutes and went almost nowhere.
Long time for them to keep the ball. Normally, their offense has been staying on the sidelines while other teams have taken the ball and just driven it down the field.
And the Broncos will try another kick returner. Ricky Nattiel is back there. This time, Vance Johnson, criticized by Dan Reeves a week ago, said he went too much east and west and not north and south. Brzezinski, high, short punt. Nattiel at the 33. Only gets it back to the 38-yard line. Smack there, return of 5 after a punt of 41. No score in Denver. Back in a moment. ESPN Sunday Night NFL is brought to you by Isuzu. For features, styling, and price, there's no comparison. By Wrangler, the most comfortable jeans known to man. And by United Airlines. Come fly the airline that spans more than half the world. Denver takes over for the first time. Pittsburgh with a 4-minute series. Not much yardage. They have to punt. And John Elway will bring them out with Greg Lewis and Robert Harriman back behind it. Lewis is 41. Gaston Green out with an injury. Lewis, not much. Back to the line of scrimmage and swarm there. Let's take a look at the Denver offense. John Elway has thrown only 2 interceptions this year. More importantly, he's already made more big plays than he did all of last year. Gaston Green, as we said, is out. Bobby Humphrey is not ready yet. So rookie Greg Lewis will be the featured back for the 3rd straight week. Depth has helped the Broncos survive injuries up front. Center Keith Cart has emerged as Denver's most consistent pass blocker. 2nd, call it 10. Steelers come with a 5-man rush. Elway with time. Hit. And picked off by Little. And that's what the Steelers haven't done in a month. Get an interception.
Well, they just made up their mind that they want to be more aggressive on defense. You saw them bring 5 instead of 4. So that puts more pressure on John Elway to have to get rid of the football. John's trying to get the ball into Clarence Kay, his tight end, and he just has great confidence in his arm. It's just great coverage by David Little. See Little go back in the zone, look out to the left, hunts up the tight end, says, there it is, I'm going to go for it. Little patty cake, once, twice, great concentration. He's the senior statesman over there. They look for him to make the plays, and he did.
Steelers came into this game with only 10 turnovers, the worst in the NFL. And when we talked to the players last night, they said, we're pressing, we've got to make something happen.
And only 6 of those turnovers were interceptions, Mike.
First interception in a month, the first turnover in 3 weeks. And there is the veteran Little who went to his first Pro Bowl a year ago and gets his first interception. So something that hasn't happened for the Steelers very often this year. They get a break and they end up in their opponent's territory with the football. We've got a timeout on the field, 10 minutes, 12 seconds to go first quarter. The Steelers in business at the Broncos, 39. Steelers on only John Elway's 3rd interception of the season have the ball inside the Denver 40-yard line. And, Joe, just the kind of thing that the Steelers need for a spark to get going.
They really do. Although if you look at the first 3 first downs they've had tonight, they've got a total of a minus 12 yards. So, you know, whether they get the ball back, that's one thing. What they're going to do with it is the next.
Well, they were very fortunate getting 2 interference calls on that first possession. That's what kept it alive.
This is a great situation if you don't go to a timeout, if there isn't a TV timeout, if there isn't. This is a great situation where you get momentum, you maybe run a quick post and go, try and get 6 on the board. It's a great confidence builder for a young quarterback, and it'd be a great thing for the Steeler offense, because they haven't really moved the ball on 1st and 10 anyway.
You see what the Steeler defense has been faced with this year. As Joe said, they have almost gone from first to worst. Warren Williams on the sweep, got a block from Hodge. Well, Hodge did a nice job. He was losing his footing, still able to get the block and allow him outside where Kroll knocked him out of bounds.
Eric Green likes to block. You know how much he likes to block? He likes to block a lot. And this is what he does with Mike Kroll. Gets a little help from Stoney. Look at him run. Look at him stay on him. Look at him stay on him all the way down. He was right there with him to make the tackle, and Kroll did a heck of a job to fight him off.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. O'Donnell gets it to the sideline complete, and he'll have a first down to Lewis Lipp. Nice job by O'Donnell, just drifting out there, getting away from Ron Holmes.
You know what makes that play, what makes it so difficult is if you're a right-handed quarterback and you're drifting left away from pressure, that means when you bring the ball up to throw it, you're actually bringing it up in the face of the defensive player. That in itself creates problems. He did a nice job to get himself some space while he was backpedaling.
First down Pittsburgh, 9:25 to go first quarter, no score. Hodge the setback. Play action, something they thought they could make work, and Stone will make the catch at the 17-yard line.
Neil O'Donnell, with each start maturing. One way to know that the quarterback matures is when he gets back and sets his feet. Nice tight spiral, something I could never quite accomplish. And like Stones, now there's a guy who's really worked hard on his pass receiving skills. Remember, he was a converted running back as of last year.
And he had the unfortunate nickname of Roberto Duran, Hands of Stone. Can't call him that anymore. Williams cuts back inside a nice Hodge block and down to about the 12-yard line. Michael Brooks out of LSU in on the tackle. 3 carries, 16 yards for Warren Williams.
One thing you can count on from the Denver Broncos is when their 2 safeties, Atwater and Smith, are playing well, their defense is improved as it is this year. On that play, you saw Atwater come up and force the run. Of course, the guy who is the architect of it, Wade Phillips, there, the gentleman stepping in front of him for camera time, is Dan Reed.
With Atwater and Smith in the middle of the field, it is not an advisable place to go. 2nd and 6, Williams, the deep man in the eye. And Hodge gets the quick handoff. Hodge inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Brooks and Mecklenburg, the inside linebackers, made the stop. Inside the 20 this year, Denver's defense has been terrific under Wade Phillips, who had a great year in '89, then had a bad year last year because he had everybody hurt, and there was no depth on this defense. They had safety playing corner, and you get killed doing that. And look what they've done. Inside the 20, they are 3rd in the NFL in defense. 3rd and 3. Hodge the single setback. Play action blitz, and they can't get it to Green. Denver brought everything that time. Kroll putting on the initial pressure, and by the time Green got his head turned, Neil O'Donnell was on his back.
Well, Eric Green, you know, last year in a game here where Bubby Brister threw for 353 yards, Eric Green had 3 touchdowns. But look at the penetration they get. And that's what you want to do against a young quarterback. You don't want to give him time to set up, especially in a pressure area like the red area is.
Gary Anderson, inside 35, 56 straight. This from 26. Put another one on his list. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, for the first time in a month, have the lead. They lead Denver 3-0. 0, and we hope you'll join us every Sunday at noon because we have NFL Game Day with Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, and Joe Theismann will join in the action from wherever we are.
From
and
the
then
window.
at 7 o'clock, NFL primetime highlights of all the games. And if we were anything like this weekend, you'll see some great highlights. And then at 8 o'clock, Joe and I will go from 26 degrees to about 80. We'll be in Miami for the surprising New England Patriots and I guess the surprising Miami Dolphins the other way.
You really can't say enough about the job Dick McPherson and his staff has done with that football team. He brought a college philosophy as far as enthusiasm goes to a pro team. Everybody said, oh, that rah-rah stuff won't work. I believe it works.
It's more than that,
believe
though.
it works.
It's more than that. He's done a great coaching job.
He's a good football coach.
Yeah, the rah-rah stuff only lasts so long. Out in Montgomery, and Derek Russell wait at the 5-yard line. Pittsburgh with excellent special teams on kickoffs this year. 3rd in the league against returns. 76,000 people, very quiet right now. Anderson, low line drive. Montgomery from the goal line. Still on his feet, not going to bounce to the 29-yard line. Take a look at the Pittsburgh defense as Denver's offense comes on the field. Nose man Gerald Williams leads the down lineman in tackles. Again, the coaches think he'd be even better if he were a little more aggressive, meaner, they say. Hardy Nickerson, the Steelers' most consistent linebacker, leads the team in tackles with 52. And Rod Woodson is headed to his 3rd straight Pro Bowl as one of the best 3 corners in the league. But he says the Steelers are not going to win unless they play better defense, like they have in this first period. Lewis and Perriman, the split back. Lewis trying to get outside. Steelers string it out. Cuts back. Lewis across midfield down to the 48-yard line of the Steelers. A run of 23. David Johnson had to run him down.
That's just great individual effort. Good pursuit by the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the one thing they forgot is that you can't all chase up the field. Somebody has to chase from the backside. See the pursuit from the right side of your screen coming back? There's nobody cornering him in. See how everybody's up the field? Everybody's on the other side of the line of scrimmage. You can't do that.
Lewis really a secret in this play because Gaston Green has played so well, and Bobby Humphrey. But he was a tremendous running back at the University of Washington. He got the Doak Walker Award as the best in the country. Lewis again. Perriman leading the way. Tracked down from behind by Greg Lloyd, who really hacked at him and brought him down. Lloyd is a great story. He's known as a wacko. He says sometimes he does things and then later says, I don't know why I did that. One example, he made a great play, came off the field, and headbutted Rod Woodson 3 times. Only one problem. He'd already taken his helmet off, and Woodson had. He was covered with blood.
Oh. That's how they pick linebackers.
That's right. You got to be a little different. Out of Fort Valley State, Robbie Humphrey has checked into the ball game. 2nd and 8. And Elway goes to the shotgun. Under pressure and throws incomplete. Tried to get it to Humphrey coming out of the backfield. Gaston Green, just tremendous numbers on the year, and this is the 3rd straight week he hasn't played.
John Elway told me when they got Gaston Green, he felt like they got a back who could go the distance, a big play guy. And really, the only big play guy on the offense out of the backfield is John Elway. He had somebody to take the pressure off him, and he took the place of Bobby Humphrey, who's a good back, had an all-pro year last year, but can't go the 60, 70 yards that Green can.
And Humphrey held out for 3 months, and Gaston Green's performance got him back. Steve Sewell is in there now. Here's the blitz, and they got Elway back at the 42. Coming from the safety, Carnell Lake, number 37, and he gets his first sack of the season. They are throwing everything at John Elway, Joe.
Oh, it's the thing the Steelers talked about is watch the left side of your screen. They want to bring more than just the 4 people up front. And the other thing they told me is that patented move. You saw how John Elway tried to spin out to the left. That's the way they're schooled. They look for him to spin out to the left, so they'll have somebody waiting for him if he does get away.
Woodson awaits the punt of Mike Horan, 2nd in the AFC, averaging 12.5 yards a kick. Haran has been on a tear the last 3 weeks, over 51 yards a punt after a real close start. There's a beauty. Woodson lets it go and just got into the end zone. 56 yards from Haran, and Pittsburgh will start from its own 20-yard line, leading 3-0. Hope you'll join us next Sunday night from warm, we hope, Miami. I can't wait.
Why,
I mean, I like Denver, but this is cold.
Only 26, come on.
The last 3 days have been awful. Steelers take over at their own 20-yard line. Warren Williams on the delay. Brooks and Dennis Smith bring him down, but the gain is out to the 27-yard line. Steelers want to do a lot of play action tonight. The key to play action, you have to be able to run the ball in the first place. They've done it so far.
Well, running is a mental state. I really believe that. Running is something you make your mind up to do. You talk about tough football teams, talk about the Redskins, talk about the Giants. They're tough football teams. The reason why they have that reputation is because they can run the football offensively.
Gain of 7 on the last play, 2nd and 3. Hodge dives over the 30, should have the first down. More college football comes your way next Saturday on ESPN. Another triple header starting at 11:30 a.m. with College Game Day. Chris Fowler and Lee Corso, the coach, will fill us in on everything. Then at 12:30, number 13, Ohio State goes up against suddenly powerful Minnesota. At 4 o'clock, the world's largest outdoor cocktail party in Jacksonville. I know they don't like to call it anymore, but it still is. And then number 16, Clemson, goes against North Carolina. That will start at 7:30. Covered a lot of those Georgia-Florida games. Those are fun. 1st and 10 Steelers, who have been impressive on offense so far. Play action. O'Donnell for Lip. What a catch at the 35. And Atwater drags him down. Lewis Lip, who has been robbed of his blazing speed by chronic hamstrings, will still occasionally get you the deep ball, and he did that time.
Denver decides they're going to do the same thing that the Steeler defense has done. They're going to come after the young quarterback. There comes a blitz from the outside. Simon Fletcher, number 73. Brooks, number 56. They do a good job of giving him time, and Lips just lays out. Look at that. Watch. Bring the ball in before you hit the ground, Lou. Great concentration.
2 more catches. He will be number 3 all-time. 9 more, number 2 all-time, behind Stallworth for Pittsburgh. Warren Williams to the 30. And, Joe, this has been a very good mix of play calling.
Well, the thing is they haven't hurt themselves by getting in 2nd down and 11, 1st down and 15. They've kept the mistakes down. They haven't had a penalty to hold them back. And coaches can call it. You get it. You feel the rhythm, too. Run the ball, play action. Run the ball, play action. Let's try and go deep. Coaches get in the rhythm doing that.
And what we heard from every player that we talked to from the Steelers is we have to stop killing ourselves. 2nd and 6. O'Donnell dumps it to Hodge. Nice move. Gets to the 25. Ducks under Dennis Smith, which is always a good idea.
This is a patented call by Joe Walton. This is the waggle. What he does is he moves the quarterback a little bit, wants his quarterback to look downfield, but then gets a check down. What's going to happen is he's going to move this way, and Hodge is going to check down in the middle. Moves to the left. You see Hodge look for help. Chips on the backer a little bit. And then you see that dead area right there? That's where the back is supposed to be. Good for picking up 6, 7, 8 yards.
3rd and less than a yard. 1:29 to go. First quarter, Steelers leading 3-0, driving for more. Hodge the single setback. He'll get the call. Still driving, and Merrill Hodge is very close to a first down. Warren Powers had him, just wouldn't let go. But Hodge at 2:22 may have gotten far enough for the first down.
I'm on a roll. I'm 1 for 1 in the regular season. He's got this one by half the football.
Well, you've never been above 500 since I've known you, so I wish you luck on this one.
Just right, right up around the W in Wilson on that football. That's what it's going to be.
Well, your back to 500.
It is short. Thanks a lot, Dick.
What do you do here if you're Chuck Noll?
Well, you kick it, I think. But look at the move up inside. Dennis Smith, the line, the defensive safety makes a good move inside. He's a strong safety, but he's 6'3" and 200.
No Gary Anderson. Chuck Noll says it's been going just fine so far. Let's get the first down. Big play early. Would have been a 46-yard attempt into a slight breeze. Keeper. Ball is loose. Had the whistle blown. This will be an interesting call. It will be a first down if they say he was down.
Was ruled down by contact.
There's the old down by contact call.
Well, you know, you have to be on the ground to be down by contact. And to be honest with you, there were an awful lot of bodies laying on the ground before he ever made contact with it. There he is. He makes the move inside. Now, does the knee hit the ground? Yes. There it is, the right knee, but the ball... Well, you know, the question is, where do they mark it? There he is. He's got it. Now it's out. It's in. It's out. Bouncing around.
That would be the first time this year the Steelers had converted a fourth down opportunity.
They made this one. By the length of the football.
That wasn't much of a gamble there on your part. It was on Chuck Noll, and he got it.
What surprised me is the call of quarterback sneak in that instance. I know Neil O'Donnell is a big quarterback, but still, you get a momentum from Merrill Hodge. Here he is. He gets in. Right knee's down. Tough to call. You can't quite tell where the ball is when it comes out. Tough to call.
New set of downs for the Steelers from 24. Leroy Thompson is the back. He'll get the toss. Nice tackle by Ron Holmes. Just got a piece of his ankle, and the rookie from Penn State couldn't keep his balance.
Ron Holmes is the reason why Walker's not playing. He was hurt last week, didn't play last week, feels a lot better, came out, makes a big play there on that kick out.
Second and 9, and it looks like the Steelers have no interest in getting off another play. We're down to 3 seconds left in the quarter, and they'll just let the clock run out. So a successful first period for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their first turnover in 3 weeks, and their first lead in a month. It's 3-0. Pittsburgh, and you know, this is a simple game if you can do the things you set out to do.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah.
And the Steelers really have made it simple. They said they wanted to get more aggressive on defense. They have. David Little makes the interception. On offense, they've controlled the tempo of the game. They're running the ball well, which has opened up their play action passing. So you're absolutely right. It's not a difficult game if you can do what you want.
Steelers have it second and 9. O'Donnell over the middle. Green, touchdown. One of the biggest, most productive targets in the NFL. He leads all AFC tight ends in touchdowns. That's his 5th.
Absolutely the biggest tight end target. O'Donnell moves a little bit to his right and then comes back. Green does a nice thing. Watch him catch the ball away from his body. That's a sign of a guy with great hands. He's an exceptional tight end, has been bothered with a knee problem, but makes an excellent reception to get in the end zone.
Anderson for the point after. And the safeties, Smith and Atwater, as there's a flag down on the play. On the touchdown play, Smith and Atwater were closing, but didn't get there, and 6'5", 280 Eric Green made the grab. That's the penalty.
I just like to get his hands. You know, like a little 180-pound wide receiver. Reach out, snatch the ball out of the air.
We have all sides on the defense. The point is good. We will penalize on the kickoff.
Eric Green with his 5th touchdown grab of the year and a 10-0 lead for the Steelers.
Hello.
Steelers early in the second quarter, and there is big Eric Green, 6'5", 280, 12 touchdown catches in a year and a half.
And last year he burned them for 3 TDs and a big offensive passing day by Bubby Brister, 353 yards. This man, I believe, is destined to be the best tight end in football. I mean, Keith Jackson is a great one right now. Mark Cook is a great one. But this guy here has all the tools to be one of the really greats.
Russell takes the kick at the 1. Ducks under a tackle and gets all the way out across the 30-yard line. Nice job by Derek Russell, the rookie out of Arkansas.
Take you back to that touchdown. Neil O'Donnell's going to sprint out this way. Inside receiver's going to go to the corner. This is Atwater. He's going to take the bite and move. This guy's covered. Green's going to come down, run the post for the touchdown. Nice job by Neil O'Donnell. Patient. Look at the first route. It's not there. It's not there. Come on back. Fire the ball to the big guys. Let him get his body in between the defender and the ball, and you got 6.
Denver starts to 31. Elway is yet to complete a pass. He is 0 for 2 and has an interception. Back to throw on first down. That patented double clutch. And he gets it out to Shannon Sharp. Second-year tight end out of Savannah State, the younger brother of Sterling Sharp.
I really think that the Denver offense misses the threat of Gaston Green because people can play him a little bit closer knowing that they don't have a back. Lewis or Humphreys or Perriman are not going to be the back who can break it for 40 or 50 yards. So they realize that John Elway is the man they have to stop. I believe Elway's going to have to put the ball in the air, and he's going to have to continue to do it for that offense to be effective.
Completion only for 1 yard. Now they'll go with 4 wide receivers. And Bobby Humphrey the setback with Elway. Humphrey tries to cut it outside, and the Steelers swarm him at the 35-yard line. There's a flag down on the play. And there's also an injured player. One of the Steelers is down. Dick Hantek sorting everything out here. Broncos applauding.
Personal foul against the defense. Unnecessary roughness, number 95. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
That's Greg Lloyd. And he says, to me. And Carnell Lake, the injured player, the strong side safety being helped off the field. Looks like he had his bell rung.
Left side of your screen. Here comes Carnell Lake, number 37. Just sticks his head, goes helmet to helmet. And really, I think he just almost knocked himself out. And here's Greg Lloyd. A little bit of pushing and shoving. It's always the second guy that throws it's going to get the flag.
He and Ken Lanier, the 11-year veteran tackle. So a break for Denver. They are in Pittsburgh territory at the 49. Lewis. Straight ahead in the big hole. Lewis all the way to the 30. David Little had to bring him down from behind. 4 carries, 44 yards, and another flag. Several of them.
Pittsburgh Steelers got helped out with a couple of penalties in their first possession. And Denver now is getting a big break, it looks like.
We have delay of the game. On defense, number 57. Not allowing us to put the ball in play. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Gerald Williams, and Chuck Noll is saying the same thing I am. What? Steelers have really hurt themselves with penalties this year.
What happens is when a running back is down, and, you know, he wants to give the ball to the official or the ball's on the ground, if one of the defensive players comes up and kicks it or knocks it away, they consider that a delay of the game penalty.
I don't know. Falls at the 25. Lewis, another huge hole up the middle. Little brings him down as he reaches the 17. And they are working on the center of the Steelers defense.
Keith Karch doing a good job on Gerald Williams up the middle.
76,273 at Mile High Stadium, the 168th straight sellout. Here's the Budweiser storyline so far. Green with 23-yard touchdown catch. Denver -9 passing yards. Pittsburgh with an edge in plays and time of possession, but Denver is driving. On 2nd and 2, Bobby Humphrey. Hit at the line of scrimmage by Hardy Nickerson, the Steelers' leading tackler. 5-year man out of California.
Bobby Humphrey is not the Bobby Humphrey that we know. Of course, he took 97 days off before he came in a 3 weeks ago. Dan Reeves feels like, as far as his conditioning goes, he's in about the 2nd or 3rd week of training camp. In about 3 weeks, Bobby Humphrey will be back to the back that the Broncos had last year and hopefully would have had earlier this year.
2 straight 1,000-yard seasons, Pro Bowl a year ago. It's the first down for Denver here. Delay to Humphrey. Stopped shy of the 10. Gang tackled there. David Little, Donald Evans, and a host of others in there. Denver's offense has been productive down in this area, but only in a total scoring mode. They have not gotten a lot of touchdowns out of this.
There's only 8 touchdowns in 26 possessions. That's 24th ranked in the league, and that's ranked by percentage, and that's only 31%. Not very effective.
And as accurate as field goal kickers are, you feel you have to score every time down here. Elway on 2nd and 7. Delay, Lewis. Dives forward, should have the first down at the 3. Lewis has started the last 2 weeks and is averaging 79 yards a game. So you lose Bobby Humphrey with a holdout. Gaston Green goes down with an injury. Here's your 3rd-string tailback, and he's doing great.
But he's a lot like Bobby Humphrey. Doesn't run with all that great speed. Excellent vision. Look at him come through the hole. Nice job by Robert Perriman. Good lead block. Carnell Lake doesn't lock up. Of course, he got his head dinged the last time, so he's going to use a little bit more shoulder than his head.
1st and goal, Denver. Lewis. Hit behind the line, broke the tackle, got to the 1. Woodson had him dead to rights in the backfield and couldn't bring him down. Lewis, 7 carries, 61 yards in the first half. Spotted at the 1, 2nd and goal. Lewis. Touchdown. The 5th-round draft choice from the University of Washington puts the Broncos on the board.
That's just an excellent piece of running. Watch him go. Watch him dance in the middle. Robert Perriman, number 33, leads the way for him, does a great job of opening the hole, and then he just follows it through. Perriman with the big lead block. Watch him come on the left side of your screen. Big block. Aaron Jones, he knocks back into the end zone, and Lewis gets there behind him.
Treadwell out of Kubiak hold for the point after. And with 9:30 to go in the half, Denver has closed the gap to 3. ESPN Sunday Night NFL is brought to you by Cadillac and your local Cadillac dealer. Discover how substance is taking shape Cadillac style. By McDonald's, getting more for your money. That's McDonald's today. And by Napa, because there are no unimportant parts. I have seen Joe Theismann do that, but only on the golf course.
The man is smoking. I mean, he is smoking from all over the place. Look at that. Little steam pouring off it.
Willis is losing a little body heat. Woodson deep. Comes up on the squib kick. Trouble with it at the 14. And slips down inside the 20. 9:21 to go in the half from Mile High in Denver. It's a good one. The Steelers by 3. Stadium in Denver. Great fans, great stadium.
Wait a second. Weren't you the guy that complained about the temperature?
Well, it is cold.
Oh, everything's great except the temperature.
But it's a tremendous advantage for the Broncos. They knock everybody off of this stadium. 62-19 under Dan Reeves. Everybody else crashes and burns. The Steelers, however, have one of those 19. They won here a year ago, and right now they're leading 10-7. Gets back to the 20. One thing to keep in mind, Denver, really either one of these teams can't afford to be involved in a scoring battle. Denver's only scored 20 points 2 times this year.
I wouldn't expect it. I don't think either one of these teams have the offenses that can go out and ring up a lot of points. You'll see Elway throw a 60 or 70-yard bomb, but they're not going to move the ball down in 20 and 30-yard chunks. They did running the football, but I don't think they're going to be able to do that consistently.
You see the clock, under 9 minutes, first half. Mike Patrick, Joe Theismann with you. Glad you could join us. Hodge out to the 27-yard line. You saw Merrill Hodge start outside. He knows he's not going to make a living running out there and says, it's sort of funny when they call a play that says he's going outside.
Yeah, if he's stretching it, he's going to try and come back inside. He's a better inside runner. Carl Mecklenburg playing the inside linebacker. Now, he's the off-inside linebacker. Look at him get away from the block. People chipping on him. Comes all the way over to make the play. He admits that he was ineffective last year because he doesn't have the speed to play outside linebacker. But on inside, he can make plays from sideline to sideline.
And at his age, they do not move him around the way they once did. 3rd and 3. Play action. O'Donnell in trouble. Got it to Hodge. And Hodge tries to reach for the 6, but can't do it. Great tackle by Michael Brooks.
I love a football play like that. You know why I love a football play like that? First of all, Kroll does a great job of putting pressure on. Watch him put the pressure on. Secondly, O'Donnell has his back to Kroll. He doesn't even see him. He has the presence of mind to dump the ball off to Hodge, who was supposed to block Kroll. Now, he makes the catch and tries to get the first down. That's 2 great efforts by different individuals.
And Hodge made the great effort trying to get the first down, and Brooks made a great tackle to stop it. Ricky Nateel back for the punt. Shanked by Straczynski. Got the bounce, though. Kicked it out of bounds at the Denver 39-yard line. A 33-yard punt got a break with the bounce. 7:13 to go in the half. Denver down by 3, but they'll have the ball. Triple header comes your way next Saturday afternoon as we get down to crunch time. People trying to position themselves in the bowl picture. And we'll keep you up to date not only on those 3 games, but from the studio, everything else going on. Bobby Humphrey, the single setback for Denver. Elway wanted a quick pass, wasn't there, then throws. Nice grab that time by Derek Russell. Beautiful catch away from his body. The rookie out of Arkansas.
He is starting to catch John Elway's eye. A couple of weeks ago, he told Derek Russell he was going to throw him the ball. Now what he does is they make the fake inside, and you'll see Elway just double clutch and fire the ball out to the right. Nice fake inside. Look at the lane he has. Look at the lane and the vision. He can see everything down the field. Nice catch.
Russell has 3 grabs in each of the last 3 games coming into this one. Lewis back in. Up the middle, hesitates. First forward, and a flag is down late as he reached the 42-yard line. Tackle made by Woodson coming up from the corner. That is 70 yards for Lewis here in the half. But this one will come back.
Been a lot of infighting with the Steelers front 7 and the Broncos front 5. By infighting, there are lots of pushing, lots of shoving after. It was interesting talking to Gerald Williams last night.
We have holding on the offense, number 67. The holding took place beyond the line of scrimmage. We are penalizing 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Doug Wydell, his brother Dave, is also on this club as an offensive lineman. Back to your Gerald Williams comment.
Well, the thing about him is he said, hey, look, I'm going to play clean. I'm going to play straight up. But if another guy wants to play, I'll play at any level he wants. He's already been involved in a few pushing and shoving matches. So Things are not all hunky-dory up front.
First and 15 after the penalty was marked off in the spot of the foul. Delay to Humphrey. And Williams on the bottom of the pile along with Greg Lloyd.
Fans don't like to see the ball on the ground. Put it in the air. You got John Elway. Put it up. They're saying, Dan Reeves, put it up.
Well, they have to be saying put it up John Elway, too, because he's calling coming to play.
Well, if there's four wide receivers in the game, John Elway is calling the play. There are the four wide receivers. Steve Sewell comes in as his other back. This is a play that John Elway has called.
Now they actually put Sewell on the wing, so they have 5 wide receivers. Steelers come with a 5-man rush, and the pass goes right through the hands of Michael Young. He became a starter when Vance Johnson was injured, and Elway hates that stuff. Boy, he throws a hard ball, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. And you know, the reason why, number 74, Harvey Salem, is a third down tackle. He's doing a nice job blocking Williams. Keeps him awake, makes the cup real wide so Elway can see. Now, look at him fire this thing. That even looks fast in slow motion. How do you slow something like that down? Shoot it in the air. Deflate it. I watched him during warm-up throw the ball. I just, you stand there and you're just amazed at his ability.
Third and 13. Steelers come with 4. Elway with time. And the flag goes down. Now, this will be an interesting call. The rule says it is not face guarding unless you wave your arm. The only other thing they can say is he ran into the receiver.
Well, the other thing is if the receiver tries to come back and make a play.
Defense, number 37, first down at the spot of the foul.
Carnell Lake.
The question's going to be is does Ricky Natil try and make a play over Carnell Lake to get the ball? Elway buys time, steps up into the pocket, actually underthrows this pass a little bit. And there you see Natil try and reach back. That's pass interference. If Carnell Lake had turned his head around to look for the ball, they wouldn't have called it.
Lewis fighting his way inside the 5. Boy, if that interference call was close, though.
But it's right. That's the thing. It was close. I don't disagree with you, Mike. But watch Carnell Lake's head. See, he never turns around to make a play on the ball, and Ricky Natil tries to. Ultimately, it's what you said. He ran into him, therefore it's pass interference.
Natil certainly agreed with the call. They'll spot the ball at the 4. Second and goal with 4:52 on the turning clock. Harriman and Lewis to back. They pounded it in last time. Now they split them. Lewis. This time stacked up as he got to the line of scrimmage. First man to hit him, Jerry Olszewski, number 55 out of Pittsburgh.
Olszewski was the starter till David Little came in, had that opportunity to get some experience. He liked the taste of what he had, stuck his head in, made a good hit.
Little, of course, was holding out. Third and goal now from the 4. What did you like down here?
Well, I think you put the ball in the hands of the quarterback with a run-pass option. They could run that little shovel pass, any kind of a one-on-one operation or school against the linebacker inside.
Elway, quarterback draw. Touchdown.
Or quarterback draw. That was the third option. You see, there's no back here. Look at the width. Look at the lanes that Elway has to choose from. All these guys have to do, and he'll come right in. They give John an open lane. Gerald Williams tries to come back. He can't make the play. Big opportunity. He knew where he was going right away.
Point after from Treadwell is good. And the Broncos, after trailing 10-0, have taken a 14-10 lead on the strength of the running of John Elway. And you wonder who called the last play, don't you?
Well, there were 4 wide receivers, and oh my goodness, I guess it was John Elway. They're all spread out, but watch the running make. This isn't a quarterback. This is a running back. Look at him put his head down. Lowers his shoulder at the 1-yard line. Just dives on into the end zone. and takes the linebacker with him.
Treadwell to kick off with Woodson waiting at the 5. Woodson fifth in the conference. Another squib kick trying to keep it away from him. Blinding speed. He's got his lane outside. Woodson across the 40. Even with the squib kick and making him wait for it, Rod Woodson explosive on the kickoff returns. That was 31 yards. That last drive took only 3:17, and Elway capped it off with a 4-yard run. There's good performances by both ball clubs so far.
Yeah, but both touchdown drives for Denver have been helped tremendously. One by a personal foul, the other by the pass interference call.
Steelers have it, starting in excellent position at their own 44. That's Thompson in motion. O'Donnell throws to him, and he can't hold the ball. Drops it at the 46. O'Donnell was decked by Michael Brooks. And O'Donnell has had a fine game tonight, and Pittsburgh has been non-committal on his status as opposed to the injured Bubby Brister when he comes back. But you get the feeling it's O'Donnell's job to lose right now.
Right now he's uncontested because Bubby has a knee problem. I talked to him a little bit on the field. It's really not improving that much. I think you're absolutely right though, Mike. I think O'Donnell really hasn't done anything to hurt himself and lose the job.
Second and 10. Draw only to the 45-yard line for Leroy Thompson. Warren Powers made the tackle. Denver's going to get some help on defense. Alfonso Carricker is back on the active roster. Just came back from a knee injury. There's Bubby, who hurt his knee. And Chuck Knowles said they made a mistake playing him against the Giants because his knee wasn't sound enough. But that was where O'Donnell came in the second half and was sparkling.
Oh, ran up 20 points in a heartbeat.
3rd and 9. The Steelers have mixed it up well. O'Donnell has to scramble. And finally goes down at the 40. Chased by Brian Soche, the 9-year man out of Northwest Oklahoma State who used to play for the Dolphins, a free agent acquisition.
One of the defensive linemen is going to get credit for the sack, but it really goes to watch the coverage. Watch everybody go back and pick people up as these receivers come up. There's nowhere to go with the football out there. O'Donnell's in the shotgun, sets back. Green goes in motion. Hodge comes across the formation. He sets up, looks. But look at the job. Look at the secondary. You can't find an open receiver. Now he's swinging out to the left. He thinks he can get back to the right side, loses his footing. They wind up with a sack, but an excellent job by that Broncos secondary.
Not a good feeling for a quarterback, is it?
No. What would ever make you think it is?
Well, even for you guys who like to run.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Coming up Thursday night, Texas A&M TCU. Texas A&M ranked 12th this year. Southwest Conference game coming up on Thursday night, 8 o'clock.
At the Aggies and the Horned Frogs. I know my college. Match that.
Like them horny toes.
Yeah.
Straczynski is on to punt 4th and 15. Denver had stopped the clock with 2:46 to go to conserve the time here as we wind down the first half. Natil waits at the 18-yard line. Straczynski, who did not get a good kick last time, a better one this time. And Natil brought down at the 27-yard line, a return of 5 after a punt of 38. In case you joined us late, we'll get you up to date on the scoring summary, and it was all Steelers early. Anderson with a 26-yard field goal. And then Green with a fine catch on the pass from O'Donnell made it 10-0. Then back came Denver with Lewis running well in the first half to cut it to 3. And then the quarterback draw by John Elway gives Denver the lead.
Steelers